right, y'all, we're doing a video here today. It's Car Chronicles, and we're talking about all the crazy stuff happening with these mysterious rappers dying. They're bringing up the case for Aaliyah, you know, because all this stuff with R. Kelly, you know, they're trying to bring up this case with Aaliyah on that her murder, or I'm sorry, her death was not a death by accident, but they're saying that it was a premeditated murder, which years ago when I was in high school, I wrote an article on this in my juice column for my high school newspaper. I knew the D-Dash, I'm not going to say his name because I'm not trying to get in trouble, but, you know, has something to do with it because he got paid millions and millions of dollars for her death. Now, this is, don't take my word for it, you can Google it, look it up. But also, all these rappers dying, and then recently, just in Canada, there were 60 doctors, okay, out of I don't know how many, took the jab, and they all died within a 60-day period, I believe. They end up dying within 60 days of taking the jab. Now, this is not coincidental, but I'm just saying this, you guys. And then another thing came up, too, about in the near future, they're going to make it to where everything's going to be within 15 minutes of where we live, and that you're going to have certain zones you can't travel out of. Now, they're saying they're going to make it to where you'll have, like, your doctors, your school, stores, grocery, and all that within 15 minutes of where you live, and you literally have to get permission to travel out of the zone. Look at that house burned down. To travel out of the zone just to go to another one, or you can be fined and even in prison. Okay, so yeah, I have a guest with me. We're talking about this. So what were you saying about the rappers now?
The rappers got $100 million life insurance policy. What's that dude named Montana?
Oh, French Montana?
French Montana said he didn't know he had a life insurance policy taken out on him by his own record label for $100 million.
And you know, a lot of people don't know, because as long as you have the information, you know, you can take a life insurance policy on anybody. You know that, right? Well,
because what they said was once a record label hires you, now you're an employee of that record label. You have insurance on your employees. Now you are an employee of the record label. So I can take $100 million contract out on you, a life insurance policy out on you. But the thing is, these record labels could be paying the cats in the streets,
right,
to kill these people,
right,
and we'll give you $10,000-$20,000 because they're hungry, and not knowing that we're getting $100 million in life insurance policy.
Well, look, I just find this interesting, you know.
$100 million.
Look, I found out, okay, that certain insurance companies now will literally pay you for going to get your doctor's visits and getting stabbed, for getting jabbed. You'll get so many, and every time you go, you get $10, $20, $30, $40. It adds up. And if you get all your all your jabs, then you get even more money. There's incentives for you to go get jabbed. I don't understand. This crazy.
But you get more
even
out of
for
them.
Your kids.
You get paid more out of plasma bank. They get you $100 out of plasma.
Right, but kids can't go to plasma banks. So but you got to understand there is an agenda. There's an agenda.
I tell you what I think about. Have you heard about Young Thug?
No, I don't really listen to it.
It's all they're trying to make the next. Remember when Snoop Dogg and Tupac did Murder Was the Case?
Yeah, that was like a long time.
They're trying to create the next Tupac. Young Thug is gonna beat this RICO case because Atlanta is all in on it, and they're letting all it's a publicity thing. Watch, mark my words. Young Thug is gonna get released, and he's gonna.
Take the air pressure, please. Thank you.
Young Thug is gonna get released, and they're gonna say he beat the RICO case, and the whole system, the whole machinery in Atlanta is gonna push him out to be the next Tupac. And I'm telling you, it's all make believe. It's all make believe. They took his phone. They gave his phone back to him because they said they obtained it illegally.
Who did, the police?
Yes.
Thank you. Can you check all the other windows too, please? Thank you.
Do I have to?
Well, no, they were. Another one was low the other day.
Interesting.
Yeah.
This one was also a little bit low. I'm sure you're aware by now, but yeah, I'll check the others for you.
Thank you.
A fake warrant.
A fake warrant. But why are they messing with him? Like, what's so popular about? I don't understand.
Think about how influential Tupac was. Murder Was the Case. He beat that case, didn't he? With Biggie Small, with Snoop Dogg, and they were flying it, and everybody was, yeah. Young Thug, Atlanta, the state is building something around.
Right, yeah, it was just that front left one.
Okay, are the caps on?
Yes,
all the
you
caps?
have all 4 caps.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Have a good day. Happy New Year.
They built. I don't even know. I'm telling you, and you better be careful because I'm telling you, these rappers. You know how they destroyed the Black Panthers.
The rappers?
Do you know how the government destroyed the Black Panthers?
Well, we still got Black Panthers around.
But you know how they destroyed? You know how they dismantled them?
What they did?
They infiltrated them. They put fake Black Panthers in there.
Dang, from the inside, just like the politics.
well, politics, but it destroyed the Black Panthers. Boom.
From the inside.
Because they had people.
Well, how do you think they always do? That's how they usually do.
Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Let's not say the name, so.
Oh, T69. Rainbow Head. He destroyed a whole organization in New York City, didn't he?
I don't know. I don't really listen to that news stuff.
All them bloods in New York City.
I know there was some kind of beef going on.
No, the whole organization got life.
For what?
T69 snitched him out when they were talking about violating him on the streets, and they were gonna talk about killing him. So he went to the feds and snitched on and the feds locked him up, but he snitched on the whole organization.
Wow.
So they busted the whole blood organization.
Wow. Take your hand again.
You better be worried about YT and all these other rappers and all these young cats who are looking at 59 years, 60 years, 80 years. Man, you better.
So they do that on purpose to get each other snitch on each other.
Man, how you know these people aren't? 902 1010. What's that story about the two adults that went to high school pretending to be kids?
Oh, cops. Let's be. Oh no. Yeah.
902 or what it was?
No.
It was high school kids. It was grown-ups pretending to be students in the school.
And it was Channing Tatum and the other guy.
Whoever it was.
Yeah.
They were cops.
Right.
But they looked so young.
But they were undercover, played as kids. Yeah.
What do you think going on in hip hop?
Of course, I don't believe all of them. Yeah. Because all these kids
ain't murderers.
Because some of them really don't have no skills. It's kind of crazy to me.
Exactly.
That they just blow up all of a sudden.
Infiltrators get to go to the clubs, get to go to the parties, get to go here, dice games, all this. Where drugs and alcohol is incorporated, so you're not on your P's and Q's really watching the person next to you, are you?
Right. But
you're slacking.
Well, what is the purpose though? Why would they?
Because money laundering, record labels, record labels having concerts here and everything, moving cocaine and everything, moving things, money,
white girl,
money, white girl,
louder,
black girl,
louder.
Dark girl, yellow girl. They moving stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Method Man said one day on an interview, he says, how the hell do young kids making all this money flying on private jets? I've been in the game for 30, 40 years. I'm still not making this money. How are they making this money?
Right.
Laundering, paying. But you can't get in there. So what they do is...
What do you think the people that are actually the executives or the rappers themselves?
The rappers themselves are the mules.
Why would they have to launder money? Because they got money coming in.
Who? The rappers?
Yeah.
What? What little bit of money? All the money they really get is mule money. You know what a mule is, right?
Yeah.
A mule who traffics. Mm-hmm. They're mules. These young rappers now are mules. And with $100 million life contract insurance policy on their heads too. Mules with insurance policies on their head. That's a good damn mule, ain't it? If the mule gets shot, he gets the owner of the mule gets $100 million.
Well, yeah,
so he ain't losing.
But there's got to be investigations. If that many people are being killed and then people are getting money for it, there has to be an investigation going on.
But you got to infiltrate it. The feds got to infiltrate the organization. So what do?
Well, you know what? But you know what's interesting?
90201 kind of kids that look like rappers, act like rappers. The feds got the paper, the computer. They can make your paperwork up.
Well, you know what's interesting though? You think about it though, it's really kind of smart because they smoke, they drink, They get, you know,
So
HIGH. So if they OD'd or if they suicide themselves, if they off themselves, like they say, then really you can't really say that because it's a part of the culture, and they can say it was culture. It was environmentally induced, like they were a part of their peers.
And if you want to infiltrate an organization, and everybody in the organization is high on drugs and everything, how easy to infiltrate?
But you know who's running all that, anyways.
Well,
think about who's running all that.
The feds will find out pretty soon.
Right, but so check this out though. But this is what's so crazy is that the people are in control of all this. They're making all the money, like you said.
Yeah.
But my thing is this though. I mean, they can just keep on putting more artists out there, more entertainers.
Yeah.
More new ones.
And instead, it's called Motown. With Curtis Mayfield and all them. You don't think they were moving stuff then?
I'm pretty sure they were.
It was called Motown back then.
Well, back then, yeah, but they was doing booze.
It's just like any neighborhood, It's just like any neighborhood.
But see, now though, there's more and more drugs out there. Different types of drugs.
It's gonna always be drugs.
You know that fentanyl stuff, that blue stuff,
yeah.
The pills. Someone was telling me about this stuff, and they were saying that it's easier to get now, and you can't get it from a prescription because it's man-made. And because it's so cheap and it's available, people think it's something else, and they take it, they get addicted to it, and so they're constantly trying to, and it's killing people. Young people, old people don't discriminate.
Yeah,
it's killing people. I mean, part of how the government. I mean, look, you can say it's a conspiracy theory, whatever, right? But I have the freedom of speech, the freedom to say what I can say as my legal U.S. citizen, right? The people that's in control of all of this knows that we're gonna just off ourselves. If it's not what we're eating, the horrible stuff we're putting into our bodies, the stuff we're breathing in the air, the bad, we don't take care of ourselves, and on top of that, there's every other angle with people, having depression, anxiety, all the stuff from the corona that caused people to get very depressed. Now people are committing, You know
what's crazy?
They're offing themselves.
You know what's crazy though is the people that run everything has all the knowledge.
Yep.
So all the stuff that you're trying to read about, they already know.
Well, the Georgia Guidestones, remember I was talking about that? The Georgia Guidestones was talking about all the rules that they want to do. It's basically like a conspiracy theorist, where they want to depopulate the world to 500 million.
Yeah.
So from 7 billion to 500 million, that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
So now it's funny that we get this Rona, and the stuff is not even as bad as everybody said. I caught it, and it was nothing. I've had flus that were, I've had common colds that was worse. The horrible part was
I have a conspiracy.
But check this out. Check this out. So, boom, here we go. There's Rona. Boom. Everybody takes a shot. Boom. People start dying. Left and right. But no. Wait a minute. Old people and sick people that are already what? They're a liability. You got to take care of them. You got to pay out money.
Right. So kill them off first.
Right. So that's what it is. So now next. Okay. So next is the survival of the fittest. So now if you're healthy enough to work, put something, contribute, be a mule, like you said, you're contributing to society, then now you have a position. Now we need to keep you alive. So you can do what? Procreate and create more mules.
Okay.
For their dirty work.
Okay, and the thing about it is that it's almost like a street game. The street game. Mm-hmm. A neighborhood, I could be running the city. Mm-hmm. I could let your race, the Asian race, run the dope game. Or whatever organization for 10 years. But when y'all slacking and you become a liability, I'll set you up and get information to the feds, because I'm working with the feds anyway. And now I move the blacks in and they'll run it. Then I move the whites in, they'll run it. Then the Hispanics in, they run it. It's called cleaning house every 10 years, every 15 years. It's like when I was here in the 90s, not being racist, but the Samoans weren't running everything. You know what I'm saying?
There wasn't as many Samoans here.
Right.
There's a lot more now.
But then in 2000, I heard about the bus. It's called cleaning house.
Well, on the hill, that's what they did on the hill. They cleaned up all the Crips
and moved in a new a group of people.
The Bloods too, though. They start, like you said, they clean.
Cleaning house.
Look, this is what's so crazy. I don't see as many people gangbanging like before.
Because
it's not the thing now.
And once they start messing up and and people get killed in the streets, then when they get fat and lazy, then guess what's gonna happen to them? The same thing that happened to the Bloods, the same thing that happened to the Crips. They will get moved out.
Well, look,
keep your house clean.
This is what's crazy.
Off the news.
Look, people are so into technology and socials, everything. They're paying more attention to.
You can't do nothing in this world.
You don't see a bunch of gang members like before. Like they're too busy trying to get money.
And that's what happened. And that's what happened to the people in the 90s. But look at the people in the 90s.
But see, this is the crazy part. Do you know there was a crazy boom after every war? except there was a crazy baby boom.
Yeah.
And what a lot of people have been start having babies.
Right.
What do you think happened since Corona? People been locked in together, making more babies.
But
So-
are they
so
trying to
even-
kill us?
Exactly. What's so stupid is that they're trying to offer us. We're making more babies.
The only hole in the boat, the only hole in that ship right there when it talks about trying to kill us all off is, I just don't see the rich people want to build pyramids and rope and clean toilets and move buildings and build buildings and stuff. We're gonna need you gotta have so many people.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta have mules.
People.
Right.
So you can't kill off your mules.
You can't. That's why you kill off the old people and the disabled people.
Yeah,
first.
but they're gonna die anyway. Cause you know what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. That's why they off them first.
And really, the kids don't really mind if your grandparents died, do you? Because that's your will. That's your insurance. That's your life insurance policy and houses. You know, really, that's just life. That's just life. Once you have babies and everything, and you're 50 years old, life really doesn't have no use for you no more. You can't procreate no more, right? Life is like a bumblebee, like an octopus. Once it procreates, the male octopus dies. Like the salmon, when it breeds, what happens to the salmon?
The praying mantis kills the man after she.
But the salmon, when the salmon mates and has a baby, what happens to the salmon? It dies, doesn't it? Yeah, it doesn't stop eating. It stops eating. The octopus male only lives about 2 years, and then it stops eating after it mates.
Dang, that's depressing.
Because because life, once you the purpose of life is to procreate, to reproduce. Mm-hmm. So once old people get to be a certain age, what the use does life have for them now?
Right.
You just eating up food that is good, is there for the young to use to procreate.
Right.
So life is toxic. If you're, remember I was telling you about the loved one who passed. Mm-hmm. Once you stop really just in life being productive,
you just die.
Because life, you're not doing nothing in life. You're not productive.
Well, see, that's why, like my mom,
get laid
she's
off.
always doing stuff.
And then she'll
always.
And so she'll stay. So she'll stay employed.
She gonna leave.
But once life, the source of life, the energy of life, sees you just like this, you get laid off.
Well, but honestly, God has He has a clock. He has a clock out there. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. But part of it is though, like I've noticed that people are really active.
Yeah.
And healthy. They seem to live a better quality of life.
Well,
and they live
not so much a better quality of life but just a longer life. Well, because just like a job. If you're a person who is on the job and he's constantly staying moving and everything, how long is he gonna be on that? How long is he gonna be around for? But that MF who just sits around eating donuts, always going on coffee breaks, always in the bathroom, how long is he gonna be around for?
All right, you guys. Well, I'm gonna cut this short because we kind of went longer over time. I'm trying to keep my videos under 15 minutes. Come back in a couple more days to see this weekend. Make another video. Come back and listen. Please comment, share, subscribe, and remember, Jesus loves you.
Next topic is R. Kelly gonna get off.
Get off me.